Hello, Kapil. Many of your discourses are about connecting with what's true and what's genuine within oneself. Would you agree that knowing who you are on a deep level and connecting with your heart is much more important than thinking through things intellectually and trying to theorize things with questions and answers, but more so just connecting to what's true in your heart?
Yeah, it's a big assumption. I mean, it sounds nice on paper, but paper and reality are two very different things. And something feels true to you, then if whatever feels true and sincere to a given individual, then that's what makes sense to him. But to have it as an open question for me to respond to, I don't know what you mean by that, and you can't really. Like a lot of times, words are correct, but the like somebody could say, "Well, go inside," when they like to do mindfulness for 20 hours. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it could be some prescriptive pursuit, and they're going inside. I mean, technically, so these are just words, um, and the reality behind them. And there's nothing wrong. There's no judgment about them, whether they're wrong or right, or you should or shouldn't. But for me to say yes, that's better, would be to assume that I know what you mean and where you are coming from a place that's deeper than just what the words say.
Kapil, why do I sometimes feel that I want to take on stress to do something more meaningful with my life, while at other times feel like I want to retire and disappear?
So once again, it's a trivial pursuit question, because I could say you feel that way because of X, Y, and Z. That isn't going to do anything. To gain the knowledge behind something doesn't really change the thing. It's just nice. It doesn't address the heart of the matter. Human beings go through various different convolutions and evolutions and think all types of things. And these things are never attacked from some trivial pursuit type question, no matter how well meaning it is. It just doesn't come from there. And humans don't understand that. They think that if they get an answer to something, that they'll say, "Oh wow, that's wonderful, that's great, that's going to change now." Nothing's going to change. These are all just cosmetic questions, though they're coming from a well-meaning place. I'm not demeaning them, but I'm talking about reality here. It's all about reality, truth, transformation, getting somewhere. It isn't about trivial pursuit, and I know that you're not trying to talk at as if it's trivial pursuit, but at the same time, I have to say what it is, because it's not going to go anywhere.
Your insight will help me find the truth, right?
No, it won't, because it's kind of like a field, and this is, I think this is a pretty universal thing. It's kind of like a field, and the field is, let's say, frozen over. In order for something to grow in that field, the land must be tilled, and it's only once it's tilled that it becomes fertile enough for any seed that's placed in there to sprout into you know any type of plant or flower or whatever it is. I mean, I'm not going to say no one, because I can never say no one. But the fact is that almost no one's fields are tilled. Now, they can be tilled, but it would be much more effective to pursue the tilling, not to pursue the planting. So, for you to ask me that, a question, and then I give you some seeds, and then you throw them on your frozen ground. No, it won't help you find the truth, because it's coming in the form of information, and you are asking in the form of information. A person has to, like, I'm not making a judgment as to what level you are or not. Like, I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Like, but a person has to be at a certain level of reception, a certain level of capacity, and that isn't done through practice, and that isn't done through knowing information. That comes from somewhere, okay? And without that, nothing happens. That's why humans can practice all their life. Nothing ever changes. It's just moving their arms and whistling their lips. I mean, nothing ever. That's why humans don't transform, because you can't throw seeds on the frozen ground. And first of all, the ground is frozen, and second of all, the seeds they get aren't even seeds. They're just more ice, because they're just nonsensical prescriptions. Um, so maybe you can understand that. I don't know if you can or not, but that's kind of my best way to explain what my answer to your question.